is the City of Turon official meeting for February the 12th. So the secretary will please call the roll. Well, will you call the roll for a roll call? Mr. Zonker is here. Mrs. Stark is here.
Dana Brock.
Deborah Zucker.
Gayla Schwartzegger.
The mayor is here. All right, you should have in your packet the agenda. Is there any discussion on the agenda?
Yes.
Or any items to add, to be added to the agenda?
Let me get to it.
Mrs. Schwartzegger, do you have something for consideration?
Yes. On the, which one are we doing both of them at the same time?
Whatever you put on the agenda.
Okay. Well, let's see. I did notice that there is, it's no big deal, but on bill, on the January 23rd one, you can plural that and say bills.
Okay.
That's no big deal. But then there's,
Being
on the other
minutes,
one.
not agenda.
Still.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Not the minutes yet, the agenda.
Okay, sorry. No.
Have me worried.
Okay.
We are
I'm sorry.
asking about the agenda. Do you have an item to put?
I know,
Item
sorry.
one?
I'll pay attention to this.
Not one, not two, no items. Okay.
Oh,
Who has something to add?
That won't be on the farm, that would be possible.
No, you can add.
Okay,
Or asked to add if they've got it.
is it all right if I add a couple things? I will tell you what they are.
Quickly.
Or just tell me.
Okay, so I just wanted to add, Edie took some pictures of the appreciation gifts, the baskets that were made, and she sent them in, so I just wanted to add that on there.
Unfinished business?
Yeah. And then Logan is gonna try to be here, so the property officer at the end, he's gonna be late. If he's able today.
You were expecting at some point.
Let's just move property officer down to when he appears.
Okay.
All right, yes.
that's fine.
And then there's one thing I wanted to add too. That was asking you about if we'd be liable if we put out gym equipment.
Do that as a new business. Or, no, let's do that under legal matters, what Danny's doing.
Gabe, you move the property officer's report down to where?
When he appears,
I'm sorry?
when he shows.
Whenever he's here?
Yeah.
Okay. Not before.
So for the moving or adding changes, the roof bid, they were able to get it. And then just adding what we tabled last month for the unfinished business, the windows, doors, and the two houses.
Windows and doors are there, so two houses.
And
And
that's
what
it.
was under maintenance? Oh,
The roof bid. And that's all I have.
did we ever get a bid on the door?
Yes, those are, that's the doors.
Oh.
Sorry.
Roof bid.
Roof bid. The roof bid,
The roof bid.
that's all I have to add.
Make a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll second. Fine.
Aye. Not to forget.
We have the agenda as amended and contributed to. Are we happy with it now?
Yeah, there be the motion.
Would someone like to move to approve the
Where we
agenda?
passed it.
Yeah, they're on to minutes now, approval of minutes.
You guys just might as well go on without me.
We'll catch you up in just a minute.
Okay, we have minutes before you. You have minutes from the meeting of January 8th is a special meeting, and well, the special meeting was the 23rd, and the general meeting was January the 8th. Let's consider the 8th first. Any
Trying to
issues
find
there?
the other one.
I'm sorry.
Here, I was talking to Gabe. On the 8th meeting, There's 3 nays and 3 yays on where we voted in the different ones. And I abstained and you abstained and so did Jeff, right? Is that a no vote? Because I think that's
No.
just that you don't vote.
Actually, abstain actually counts as a yay.
No, well, the opposite.
Oh, well, we may have to, it doesn't count as a no.
Okay, so it
We'll,
counts as a-
we'll
I
have
thought
to
it
look into
was
that.
just that you abstained when you
What
abstained.
page are you on, I'm
On the 8th of January,
sorry? And what page?
the second page of it,
Right here.
on the second paragraph, or it'll be the third down.
That's 3 ayes,
but-
2 abstains is also an aye.
When we vote,
Yeah.
when we voted and we abstained, since we were on the fire department or related to it, isn't it, if you abstain, that's not a no and it's not a yes, so.
They shouldn't have been.
it
Linda?
has to-
Majority, was there 3
So
yeas?
was it-
If it
was
was,
it
then they
approved?
abstain is also a
Yeah,
yes.
that's supposed to approve.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we
this
just
can't
need
be
to
right.
nix
Yeah,
out
that's
that
not
there
right.
was any nays.
Okay.
There was 0 nays.
And there's another 1 or 2 places of that.
Okay, I will.
It doesn't calculate anyway,
Abstain.
because that's 6 votes all the time of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys had
Can't
to
even
go
be
right.
I'm just saying.
And also, if, I would like to see, if we vote a separation, I would like to say who voted which way. So that if we go back later and we can see that.
You can say it's all your fault.
Yeah, well, maybe not mine, but
I agree.
that's all that I had, I think.
What was the next thing we had?
Just the comma, or the S.
Oh, okay.
Other
yeah,
than
yeah,
that,
yeah,
I
yeah,
did,
okay.
she changed that.
I was thinking of something else.
I don't think so, let me look, I can't remember. I think that's all.
Are we finished with the meeting minutes for January 8th?
Yeah,
Is there a motion to approve?
so moved.
For the second?
A second.
Aye.
Aye.
That's fine that they're approved, I just have a question.
Yeah, I still can't hear you.
Who just has a question?
The 6565, I assume that is our savings account, which would be our,
For what?
it's at second page, almost to the
Over the
bottom,
zeros.
it says pay that out of account 6565.
Oh, that's for the water bill. Here, that's the account.
Did he
Wait,
pay?
where did I get lost at? Just continue and I'll get back to you on,
And he paid that, I believe.
yeah, that's not what I was talking about.
Yeah, I think I know what he's talking
Hold
about.
on, I'm on the wrong thing. I just read through them and got lost.
Okay, the January 8th minutes are approved. We will continue on to the January 23rd minutes. Any questions or items on that? I did go to the bank and got the bank accounts changed and came home with a dandy debit card, my very own name, and I was waving that around in the city office, in which Michaela made me surrender it and went to the safe. I thought I was so proud.
Sorry, I was on the wrong minutes when I was just talking to you about,
Are you back to the 8th?
we're on the 23rd. That 13,590.30 for the mayor bill,
Out of the capital improvement?
yeah.
Is that, okay.
And you know, and I think Linda was gonna say something, that was supposed to be our capital improvement, and capital improvement is savings, not our checkings.
She'll have to move it over from savings.
Which that's fine, as long as we transfer and don't start using on our 2024 year budget with that.
I will fix it.
That's fine. I got to thinking about that after the last meeting that we finally talked about that. Make sure that was paid out of that spot.
Any other contributions regarding the January 23rd minutes?
I'll make a motion, we approve January 23rd minutes.
Second.
There's only 3 yeas.
Aye.
Aye.
4 yeas and everything else, 3 here.
And I was in error once again, back in the January 8th minutes, items about gift packets
Oh,
for
you need the
various
majority
groups.
anyway.
Yeah.
The gift packets to Reno County Patrol, Sheriff's Patrol have been delivered, and the Reno County EMS has been delivered. Whereas, the other gifts for the fire department will be delivered on the 19th, which is later this week, or the first week, Monday of next week perhaps. But the Sheriff's Department and the EMS have been delivered. Okay. Do we have the bills and revenue? Any question or discussion about the bills?
We should now be completely caught up on the bills, right? And 2023 should be done.
Bill Wiley.
Can I ask what the mops and laundry that we make so many payments covers? Do you guys know?
Yeah, so it's our uniforms, or the guys' uniforms, and then they replace the mats every week.
Okay.
And so it's just the recurring charges of that.
Okay.
And then they wash and provide the uniforms again.
When we do the mop, not the frame, but the pad.
It's UniFirst, it's like what the co-op and I think Mo uses them.
Okay, just checking.
I have a question about that. Do they bill us quarterly, or what are their three listings?
There's 5 actually. There's 5.
Because they come, I think they come every
They
week.
come weekly.
Yeah, they come every week. But I think we just got,
Oh, there's another one down here. There's 5 on here on this page.
I think this UniFirst one, did we
Yes.
just get that, Cynthia?
Yeah, it sent on like Friday after we already left.
So this is basically a weekly bill?
Yes.
You know, one week was just a few dollars higher, like $5 and some odd cents higher.
I know there was a mishap with one of the guys' jackets. So I don't
So
know if
maybe
that's
it's a-
why, because they sent the wrong, so one of them had to send a jacket back to get it fixed, and they sent it back with the other guy's name on it. So they had a bit of a mishap there, but I don't know 100% if that's why, but I know that happened.
You shouldn't charge us though if they,
But I can look into why it's higher.
I mean, it's not a big amount, but it is a difference there.
More questions about the bills?
I'd like to have you just check that one that's higher if you can.
Okay.
I noticed, on a couple of the checks, on the images, there wasn't anything in the memo on 2 of them. Is that gonna matter later on, or, is that a practice that we need to not do, or? The check number is 6603 and 6605.
Well, the 6605 does have a memo in it of what it is. But I guess for 6603, I can start putting like spray.
Okay, I'd like to have that, just so like I said, if we look back or something, then we kinda know what it is later, if there's ever a question. Thank you.
questions or discussion about the bills?
Make a motion, we approve the bills.
Second?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, next item on the agenda is mayor appointments. I would call your attention to the person of Michaela Green, the city clerk, and our attorney, and Judge Stan Yucky. And unless there's any discussion about that, and if there is any discussion, we'll go to executive session to discuss this. And I will appoint Michaela Green or our city attorney and our judge to continue on as they have been doing in the past, unless there's any discussion or need to discuss. All right, they will stand as reappointed. Then our sub-clerk, I think we may want to discuss a little bit there, is you have probably in front of you a letter of resignation from Ms. Shadwick. I'm going to appoint her to continue on for about a month yet, and then her resignation will become effective, what date?
March 22nd.
March the 22nd, so she's got about 5 weeks to go yet, so. I'm
Motion
gonna
to approve
appoint for her
appointments.
to continue on until her resignation becomes effective.
Appointments.
We have to,
Did you have a question? Comment?
I think we have to vote on approving all the appointments, don't we?
Yeah, you have to approve them, so if there's no argument,
Okay. And then we are going to continue, or we're gonna go ahead and appoint, so the substitute for that time, or do we need that appointment too?
I think you need to appoint clerk, I don't think you need to appoint the sub-clerk, I think
Okay.
they're just an employee, so.
Okay.
Danny, we made a motion, resolution to, they were hired positions, not appointed.
Okay. So you just need the motion on the attorney to the judge. Okay.
Do you need a motion?
They just need a motion to approve your appointments.
Okay, is there a motion to approve my wonderful appointments?
I make a motion to accept the appointment of attorney and judge. There are positions on appointment.
That was all three, the clerk and the attorney and the judge? Is there a second?
Aye.
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 Do we need another motion for the clerk, or is she an employee at the?
She's an employee.
Yep.
Okay. You can hang around, it's okay with me, till March the 22nd. All right, we have Ms. Chadwick's letter of resignation in your packet, so unless there are any questions or issues there, I don't think we appreciate your time with us, and we'll have to begin another search. All right. Next item says something to do with the library board under the guest speaker.
Hold on. I got it. They just need a second to,
I'm sorry.
they just need a second to talk about it.
Talk about which?
Resignation.
Okay, do we need, is there discussion about that resignation?
Well, that's what they're trying to discuss right now.
I'll make a motion, we go into executive session for 10 minutes. Council, mayor, and attorney.
I'll second.
Aye.
Legal or personnel? Legal or personnel?
Non-elected.
Elect personnel.
We got Dennis?
There is the letters in there.
The what?
The letters in there. For resignation.
to wrestle.
It's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, I'm glad to hear that.
You gotta leave your papers.
You can't take anything in
You
there.
gotta leave your papers, Ken.
You can't take anything in there.
Say, nice try.
Did you catch who seconded the motion?
Kind of chilly out there in the hallway.
How you doing?
Doing as best I can. As long as I can outrun it, I'm fine, but I can't run very far. Early girl.
Somebody was ringing, but it wasn't me, I don't know who.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Max. I was gonna say, wow, that was quick.
But it was about something else altogether.
We had to go sign a paper.
Yeah.
Oh.
We got a new, I'm the new treasurer for the.
Right,
office.
right, right.
We have to change all of the silly things in the bank.
Lori said
All
there was
the
a paper in the desk drawer, and we went to grab it real quick before they got in there so we could get it signed so we didn't forget. Again.
Well, I'm glad she came in the office while I was there so we could figure out what the heck we did wrong last year.
Well, I don't know that you did it wrong,
I'm just
none of us
saying,
knew what to do.
the girls didn't show me the paper, I would have known that they were supposed to leave it out of the taxes.
It worked out fine. Actually gives us more money this year.
Yeah. We can buy more westerns then.
All right, there you go.
I'm just trying to figure out which one of my kids is gonna take John's collection of Lewis Lamar's. They're actually in a cabinet that, in a bookshelf that Jess made, so maybe we should tell him he has to have them.
Well, there you go. I can see Jess reading them.
I could too. I've even got some of his poetry. Some is paperback and some is hardback. Louis Lamar.
We got a few of his books.
It's kind of fun to read the book and then watch Tom
What?
Selleck in the movie. I said it's kind of fun to watch the movie with Tom Selleck and
Yeah,
after you read the book.
yeah.
I don't know if we really ever read Lewis Lamar.
You know, they weren't half bad. We did one in, I never had either, but in book club, we decided to read one. And they weren't half bad. Hey, they're short.
Oh, well, that's always a plus.
But, I was pleasantly surprised.
Was working in the library like working at Taco Bell. You don't want tacos, so you don't want to read. I often wondered.
Oh, no, not when I was there. I loved to read. I still read.
I got Chris the whole thing of the Little House on the Prairie, so I do know that she's a reader, but
I
Yeah.
like to read, it just, sometimes I just don't have the time.
When you're working, you don't have, I
And-
read so much anyhow, but.
I work all day on the computer, when I come home, my eyes are just tired, and I just can't focus on anything else.
she probably used to read instead of working on Dad's pickup. She still hasn't figured out what's wrong with it.
Yeah, I don't know, think it's around, I don't know where she might get us read awfully fast. That's all she does.
She actually said the other day she may haul it to Cunningham.
That's all she does read.
But that guy at Mike's Repair, is he real busy? The guy at Mike's Repair, is he real busy?
Got no idea.
Yeah, you don't- Yes. I can't think of anybody else that might want to work on a Ford pickup. I like this one.
Okay, we'll be back in public session once again. We have a guest speaker from the library board.
Actually,
Wants to
two.
visit with us. What? Well, that's fine, but I hope to be able to do that. I don't want to stay here all night. What do I need to do?
They have to make, they have to decide the decision that we made.
Say no action.
No action
Yeah.
taken.
Oh, we took no action. That help?
Yeah, so just moving on to the next
Yeah.
one? Okay.
We're good on that.
Now we can go.
Now we can.
I mean, it's all the
Oh,
same page.
okay.
One for each deal. Okay, actually, does everybody have one? No. Okay, my name is Jan Dorns, I guess most of you know that. And, I'm the new treasurer at the library. And, Heather Frank is our president of the board. And Heather's gonna be making a presentation or a request here in a moment. But we thought it would be best to kind of discuss with you what our budget is for this year, so you know what it is. It's pretty much the same as last year, and on the back of the page that I gave you is what was the expenses that were paid out in 2023, and then what we expect the budget to be in this year. The big difference, there's one big difference, is the wages. We didn't have a librarian for about 3 months, and that made the difference. That's why there's such a big difference. I don't know if you have any questions on any of that. Mainly, to be honest with you, the two big amounts are the wages and the telephone internet. We do have a significant amount that we hope we do pay out in event expenses. We have taken over, as all of you know, in the last couple of years, the Easter egg hunt and the Christmas program. We also did a little bit for Halloween. We had a little bit for Halloween. Other than that, the expenses are pretty much pretty standard. I don't know if anybody has any questions on any of that. Our income, I do have a sheet if anybody's interested in what we received last year and what we expect to receive this year. If you care to look at that. Most of our money comes from two sources, well, really 3 sources. We do get a tax levy from the county, or a share of the tax levy, and we get a little over about $6,500, and that's the biggest income that we receive. We also apply for as many grants as we can get, and we have in the past gotten significant grants from both Sickles, and we've gotten grants from Midwest Energy, and we've gotten grants from the state library, and then other just miscellaneous grants. They go to cover most of our programs, like our summer reading program. We did receive a large grant last year. It covered our new copier, an automation grant, and then donations. And that's what Heather's here to talk to you about. We have in the past received significant donations from individuals and from the city, and we do appreciate that. And that's what we do use for our extra programs, like our Christmas events and Easter events. And last year, we did not have any money, budgeted for books, but if you look, we did, buy, a significant amount of books last year, but it wasn't in the budget. Where the money came from that was from donations from the state library, from Sickles, and from other individuals. And we really do appreciate the support of the community in that regard. I don't know if anybody has a question about the budget, but I'll be happy to. This is my first year as treasurer, so I don't know a lot about the history, but I'll try to answer what I can.
She stepped up when no one else would, so we're very thankful for that.
So I'll turn it over to Heather.
Like she said,
Before you start, the one thing I would like is like when the Easter egg hunt and those things come around, that you guys come talk to us about.
that's what I'm.
That's what Heather's here.
Yeah.
You know, Ash Wednesday happens to be this coming Wednesday, so Easter really snuck up on us this year, so that's why
I got one question real quick before we, do we not have treasure before? I thought we did until,
I called and she, the lady that retired, had to go out of town and stuff, and so I took them a copy of our stuff.
well, a lot of the times we made a donation to the library at the beginning of every year, and we're behind on our treasurer's report, so you guys might come talk to us on that, because we used to donate money for books.
And you haven't done that for a couple of years, and I understand why. And as it's turned out, we've been very lucky to have support from other individuals in the community and from other grants that we've received. In fact, we spent over $1,000 last year for books, which but the money that we have received from the city has gone to our extra programs, like the Easter program and the
Well,
Christmas.
generally, we donate for each program.
Yes,
And
we
we
do.
also donated for books at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, we actually haven't needed the book money. 'Cause
Right.
We have been getting it through grants, or where we do
Okay.
need the donation money from the city is for the community projects.
Right.
Our
Well, we
Easter and our
have-
Christmas.
We have money in a library fund, but we just don't know where anything is at the moment, so.
I don't know, Michaela maybe can address that. We did find out, and I'm not sure what you're talking about, Gabe, but, when the city, I think it's every other month receives money through tax levies.
have-
And a portion of that comes to the city. And when we had new personnel, they didn't know that was to be spent out to the city, the last few months, of the last year. And we did get that. Linda cleared that up for us, but we did get that.
We generally set, when we have to disperse money at the end of the year from the budget year before, we generally put some in the library fund, some in the roads, some in an equipment fund, so that we can, so it's not coming out of our budget that year.
Right.
So we'll know more once the accountant gets us caught up, we'll know more also on where we will be.
Where you'll be, okay.
Yeah.
Of course, Easter comes here at the end of March. So we're looking at doing it the Saturday before Easter, which puts it March 30th. We're looking at doing it 1 o'clock again at the city park like we have the last few years. We're looking at buying 4 bikes. Heather and Derek Armstrong, even though they're not with the Turon community anymore, they are still purchasing the trike, kind of in Sean Millington's name like they've always done. They said that they were still doing that, so we're looking at the 4 age ranges of getting the 4 bicycles, and then we're gonna fill the candy in the Easter eggs for the 4 age ranges as well. So if you guys would have some money to put towards the donations to help purchase the bicycles and some candy, that would greatly be appreciated. So we're gonna have Lori put up some signs and get some information out to just see if we can get some community donations as well to help support that for the community, so. Appreciate all the help that we get for you guys for the community events. It was an extra task, but it was one that we did not want to see die.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you guys for taking it on. Appreciate that.
I do have one more comment.
Okay.
And I'm glad, the Public Works guys are here. I don't know if we have somewhere around the city an extra bicycle rack, but if you find one or can get one, it would be helpful to have one out, on the west end of where the kids come into the library, particularly in the summer. I know Linda had a concern last year that the kids would roll up to the library and kind of drop their bicycles just wherever, and certainly that's not safe, and we understand that. But if you find an extra bicycle rack anywhere, we would love to have one.
Any questions for the library staff?
You know what we donated in the
Library
past
officials.
for Easter?
I do not know on Easter right off. The last one in my head, Christmas, I know was 400. Easter, I do not. I'm lucky to know my names some days.
You know, any idea what like the bikes cost or?
We know that the older bikes are a little bit more than the younger bikes, and I know that the older bikes are a little over 100, I think. It's been so long since I didn't look at the bicycles. The younger ones, I think, are just slightly under 100, but I could be totally wrong.
They really went on the last couple of years.
If anyone has an idea of how much bicycles are,
The youth ones, the children's are like $54, $55. I just bought 2 of those recently.
for like what age group?
Like 3T,
Okay, for like the
for
really
toddlers, and then like kindergartners. You can, I wanna say the next size was like 69. So I know the one I got for Ireland was like $54.97.
It'll be much under 100. Do you guys get tax break on them and stuff, or?
Do you know?
We do have, I did find among some of the treasurer's records, a letter from the state that we don't have to pay tax. That was tax exempt.
Because if we bought stuff like that to the city and donated it, we don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah, I don't think we have to. Now, that's something I'll check into though, Gabe, and let you
I
know.
mean, that's gonna be a lot of money at the end of the day
Sure.
when you buy 4 bikes and all the candy and.
Yeah,
Yeah, if she has that letter or that number, that's all she has to take with her, so.
yeah.
If y'all have the tax letter that we got back when I was there, and you take that up to Walmart, if that's where you're buying the bikes and show them, you will not pay tax on the
Right.
bikes if you tell them it is for a donation
Right.
project. You will not pay tax on it.
That's what I understood.
And in the past few years, we've usually went and got a few quarters and some gold dollars and put in some eggs as well. I'm sure some of the kids are like, money instead of candy, but.
And we have been real lucky that the community has stepped up, and we have usually received a lot of donations for the candy, so. I have one, it says the library fund. Look, is that from last
That's the last month.
Last year.
Yeah.
It was.
Gabe.
it was from-
Last year, you guys gave him $600.
Jam.
Okay.
I know it's not,
Yeah, or like.
I
three
was
days.
like, we're
How much is
considering
it?
stuff on the menu. Because
Thirty,
there's a couple of residents that's paying for it, right? Because we usually get stuff.
I
Because
can,
nobody notified them.
I knew it.
Well,
I know
Is
that,
Is that
but
what it was?
What kind of, I mean, I don't know what the handicap is, so I don't know.
What's Jason's handicap? Do I, what's Jason's
I don't
handicap?
know.
I mean, it's out in the park.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say legally as.
I know, but can he walk or?
No.
And
No,
then
he
just-
can with assistance. He can
Yeah.
walk with, 2
I mean,
assistants.
He
it's open, then
At that time, he couldn't though, he was just learning how to walk.
Oh, yeah, back then he couldn't walk.
Last year.
Yeah,
So my
yeah.
concern is maybe maybe you guys could let him go ahead and put it on the kids right away.
Yeah, you could do that.
Because I mean, he was.
I mean, I don't know.
That's what we did.
Oh, y'all were talking about the Easter egg hunt?
Yes.
Yeah, I walked him last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we can walk him.
Well, I'm just wondering if they could let him go ahead a little bit because as soon as you
That's
get a
what they
bunch
were
of.
gonna do,
Yeah,
yeah.
as soon as you get a bunch of kids out there.
Yes, they told us, whoever was there last year, told Cassandra and us to show up with him a little bit early and they would let him go
I just
first.
wanna make sure he can participate because he does
Yeah.
live here.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get him up
We'll
here.
try to make whatever.
Okay, can we get back to the council here?
So like I
Do we
said,
have
I
any
just
other
wanna make sure he
discussions or
can.
questions
He's
for
a child.
Chairperson, Heather Frank, regarding library issues, or Treasurer Janice Jorns. Any other questions or comments or discussion?
I make a motion that we donate $500 to the library for the Easter egg hunt.
Second. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you, ladies, for coming to visit with us. You're certainly welcome to stay and enjoy the refreshments.
And thank you for addressing it.
Thank you guys
we have
very
hair
much
washing.
for your support.
It was fun watching the film, so we kind of excited. Did he? I'm gonna chase eggs with him.
All right, we turn to the city clerk, who has many good things to discuss with us. Start off with your spring conference activities.
So the spring conference is in March. It's in Manhattan, so a little far. It's March 20th to 22nd.
20th to 22nd?
Yeah. I talked to the Cunningham clerk, and she said this is a really good one to go to. I put a list in your packets of what all they're talking about, and kind of all the topics, and she said that like it's a really good, this conference is a really good one to network, especially with other clerks. But I wasn't able to get costs put in your packets, but I got like the cost of how much it would be.
You don't know what the registration fee is yet?
No, they do. I have it written down. I just haven't.
Okay.
I wasn't able to type it out.
Okay.
So the registration is $325. And they do have like 3 hotels booked. Obviously, the one that the conference is in is already booked out, like sold out. So the closest one is $119 a night. And so
Plus a lot of add-ons, I assume, taxes and fees.
no, we don't have to pay tax.
Okay. Good.
And then mileage is 166 miles to the conference.
That's one way.
Yes. I was gonna try to talk to the Cunningham clerk if I'm able to go and see if maybe I could ride with her, if it was possible. Because I know in the past clerk has ridden with her, so I was just to see maybe I could. I didn't know, I did get to go, I'd have to supply some gas money too, I assume I probably would. But yeah, and that's pretty much all the cost, because the food, I think they serve breakfast there, and I think most of the lunches are provided. I think one day of it is on your own, but I could be wrong. But yeah, so that's the list of all that they talk about.
Is it the Garden Inn where they're having it, or?
So I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's they probably got the other motels, there's like 2 more right
Yeah, there's
there.
the Holiday Inn and the Fairfield, and the Fairfield is
Yeah.
closer.
They're right there together, you won't have to go far.
No.
Has it been traditional to send the staff people to this conference annually or semi-annually? Especially, this is Michaela's first year on the job here, so probably would be a good benefit. Now, the conference would end on the 22nd. Cynthia, I assume Cynthia is not going to the conference, so she would still be here on the 22nd. Is that correct? You'll hold down the fort?
Yeah.
You'll hold down the fort? Okay. Michaela's gone? Okay.
You don't,
We're counting on you, Chip.
did you have a
$200 for registration.
Yeah.
119 a month for hotel.
And 166.
There's 166 miles on mine. And then she made the,
Would we be wise to, if we're considering the motion to invite Michaela to attend this conference and pay some mileage, would be wise to include a per diem or something for meals?
I haven't talked to the Cunningham clerk yet, but she's the one that told me about the conference.
when we sent you the other one in Wichita, didn't we give you $20 a day for supper?
30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And it was more than enough. Cause I just had a big dinner.
No, we're not talking about a 3 martini lunch. Okay.
Like I said, they usually provide breakfast and lunch.
All right, is there discussion on this item?
Do you know when that starts on the 20th?
So it starts at 7:30.
So you would have to go up to 19.
That would be like I
You'd
said,
have to go up to
I
19.
haven't talked to the Cunningham clerk, so I don't know when she would go.
So it'd be the 19th, 20th, and 21st, and then you grab back on the 22nd.
Yes.
Can you share mileage with,
So
if you're traveling together, can you share mileage perhaps?
Well, like I said, I gotta talk to her
the
first.
119 would be 3 times. The per diem would be 4 times. So that is another 100 at 166 miles.
Yeah.
Do you want mileage paid 64?
So for the one way, it's $108.73.
Is that 64 cents a month?
65.25.
We want to rate times 2.
Unless they can split it up.
Right, but we will have to pass it, not knowing.
Who has numbers that we can work with?
Nope.
No?
Not what I-
Kayla's scratching it out on here.
Well, I
Oh,
did by
$1
hand,
less.
Calculator.
$1 left, well.
Dana, you can't trust
What
this,
did you
is that
get?
handed?
She said 46. What'd you get? 10, 19, 46. I had 908, but I might
Oh, yeah, I wrote down one.
I might have dropped down something.
You missed something.
Do we?
You missed the per diem, 4 times 30, 120.
Yeah, I got that in there.
3 nights of room is $357.
Okay, I got it.
Registration's $325,
Yeah. this is
and
right.
mileage both ways is $216-ish.
Okay, that was where I did one way, but 332.
You have to do
So that's where I'm on.
Oh.
So,
I can put it out to 18. Yeah. motion, we send Michaela to CCMFOA Spring Conference Training, March 20th through the 22nd, with the budget up to $1,100. It should cost $1,018-ish, with the chance of possibly carpooling with Cunningham and it being cheaper.
Now, would you like to say that again?
Nope.
Would you do it anyway, because I'm a good guy?
No, because I'm gonna make it. We're gonna allow up to, I make a motion that we send Michaela to CCM FOA training March 20th through the 22nd with the allowance up to $1,100. It should cost around $1,020, with the hopes that maybe it costs even less if she could carpool with Cunningham
For mileage.
for mileage.
You're appropriating essentially $1,100?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's 4 days of $30. Here's what I calculated out.
I'll second what you said, if you're doing.
Aye.
Aye.
Carried. I'm gonna skip the water meter just for a moment, skip over to the dog clinic. There's a dog clinic scheduled for May the 1st, I believe, is that what you told me?
Yeah, so the Neneska Dog Clinic is coming May 1st. They'll be at the maintenance shop, from 4 to 6 p.m.
Who is that?
We need to advertise
Okay,
this,
that's
we need to advertise this, or put an ad in the record, or
Well, we'll put it on Facebook,
on Facebook, and
Just on Facebook.
but they said we didn't have to provide anything, that they would handle it all.
will there be a charge to have your dog
I have to
vaccinated?
fix that Facebook. so
Yeah, I mean, you have to pay for the shots.
Yeah, and that would be
You
how much?
mentioned that earlier in this
I
conversation.
don't know.
Yeah.
Got a licensed veterinarian, you can
Yeah.
on it. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, May the 1st, let the record show, May the 1st, there's a dog clinic, Ms. Richter, quickly.
No, that's Miss Fleming.
Fleming, if you guys are gonna put that on Facebook, can you guys fix that so everybody can get on it and see it?
Cheryl can't see
I
it.
can't see nothing on Facebook when you put it on there.
Okay. And I called you Ms. Richter.
That's
You're not
okay.
Ms. Richter,
I
you're
understand.
Cheryl Fleming.
Thank you.
Ms. Fleming, thank you.
Yeah, because I have to send everything that's posted that she needs
Yeah,
to
to
see.
put a note in the record.
Yeah, I think that'd be okay. They usually do.
I'm
There's-
sorry?
I think that'd be a good idea too, because there's usually a note in there. I mean, nobody may see it, but yet somebody might, so.
Could we put up a few flyers? Because we have to pay for it.
Mhm.
We
That's
put
just
on
what
the
other
flyers, put one like at the post office, maybe down at the cafes and out here on the door.
There's some flyers, I'll print them out if you print them all.
Just
I'll
behind the
distribute.
dozen.
How long can you do that? Might be good then. I think you do that, and that'll be good. But like, oh, I agree with Cheryl though, if you don't have Facebook and you can't see it, it doesn't do you any good. Well, I have that with all of them. I don't know if there's ways to do that, but
I'll try to look at it.
I can't see
We'll
anything
work
on
that.
anybody's.
And I'm continuing to skip the water meter, I'm down to the notary. We had talked about having someone in the office perhaps become a notary, and Cynthia got all the paperwork. Tammy, you might have that in your packet.
Yeah, I have the, copy of the application to become notary. There's also supplies, but I couldn't find a definite list of what all supplies you must, like, minimum order when you become a notary. It was kind of confusing trying to figure out everything with that. But this is the form from the .gov that you fill out to be a notary, so there's at least the $25 filing fee, and I think there was some other charge on here too.
I don't know what else you have to have. You have to have a stamp. Is there more? What
You
else?
have to have a filing book.
I'm sorry, you have the
You
bond?
have to have a filing book and you have to have a bond.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the bond had to be up to $12,000.
What's your thinking there? Are we still interested in pursuing this?
Do you have any interest in becoming a notary?
Yeah.
You wanna,
You good to do it?
Are we abandoning this project?
No, it was a yes.
It was a yes.
do you want to look through all this more, get us, like, we'll have to have a price on a bond, or you maybe, your bond already.
So that we were sooner.
Okay, get a price on the bond, and our rule before was if you notarized while on city time, the city got the money. If you notarized when not on city time, you got the money.
Okay.
If you have any felonies in your background, then you won't qualify. Believe me, I know a person or two who has
Come
failed
with a
that.
more detailed list on what it'll take to get you, since we are losing Cynthia, we can't have her as a notary. It's hard from Missouri.
You're asking Michaela to go ahead and pursue this, are we appropriating some money? for
She is
expenses?
pursuing it.
You got the expenses listed there?
Well, I'm gonna get more information.
We're gonna get
That's
more
just what I'm
information,
gonna do.
so we don't need to take any action.
We can't take action.
All right, very good. The next, still skipping the water meter, the next time says request for video footage. Now, we have this handy camera out there by the clock, and occasionally it's taking videos.
I'd like to call executive session to discuss security in the public building. I'd like to ask the mayor, council, the attorney, and the clerk for 15 minutes.
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Might have to come back.
That's what I
Can
was.
we read that motion? Hold on, Ken.
You already do that one.
You're good, Ken. Right way. Should have.
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess so.
Go over there. There's a bathroom right over there. After you go on. No, there's not. Go on.
I know.
I've been in there.
They're cheap.
I'm going that way.
At the time, it was the only handicap bathroom we had.
See my grandbaby? Great grandbaby.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I went to California.
You
She
say
was
grandbaby, you got
great
girl-
grandbaby.
Girl or boy?
A little girl. Leah had her
Ah.
in 17th of January.
Oh,
They're in California, yeah. I'm getting ready to go back out there in April for another 2 weeks, I think. Me and Cheryl, we're gonna drive this time. I flew out there.
My new one as a girl, and she's 2 months old before I was even able to see her because I was so sick at Christmas time.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, she's,
I finally got my hearing back. Yeah, now I can hear you talk to me.
Now you can hear your dog barking there.
Oh, I could hear that dog whether I was deaf or not.
so.
Tiny thing, she's got a big mouth.
What are you doing back there? Making all that noise back there.
Always throwing things.
Oh, I don't throw things.
Whatever. There was
There was a couple times maybe, but
at least they weren't at me.
no.
There was a lady up at the bar. She had a tiny little Chihuahua dog that never made a sound. I go, God, you need to come teach my dog. And even when the lady was eating, it never acted like it wanted to eat anything. I mean, and I guess it was a service dog for her husband. And we're like, okay, I would want a big dog for my service dog. So that brand new shower that the kids put in for me, I went to turn the faucet, the handle off on the shower and it fell on the floor.
Yeah.
Are they supposed to have a little pin?
They're supposed to just be a set screw.
Well, yeah, it sits on there, but it has a hole in the thing. What's that for? There's a little hole about that size.
That's where that set screw's supposed to go in that hole so it stays.
So it's gone. It went down the drain, huh?
Well, probably.
At least an eighth.
We're gonna get another one.
What'd you do with it?
Well, we got a system.
Good luck, right?
That's right.
Cause Angie's got the same problem.
I'll take it.
Yeah, he's,
Small blanket,
take the handle.
Put over the trim.
Yeah.
And then I just let it calm down for about 15,
Okay.
20 minutes. While it's doing that, I go dig a hole.
That'd be the only place I'd know to
And then I
go
carry
find
it.
it.
with that cover and trap it all the way to the hole. And I just pull it back a little bit. And
Now,
use
is
a
that
stick and
screwdriver,
see what's
what or
going
was it
on.
a
Catch
Should
it.
be
Now,
just
Oh my
a flat
gosh.
screwdriver,
I didn't
maybe-
know you were gonna
maybe an
say
And
Allen
then,
wrench.
as quick as I can, I open that
Depending
door.
on what kind of
It
screw
goes
they
right in the
have.
hole and.
I have a whole set of little Allen wrenches.
Yeah, but it'll be the Allen wrench you don't have.
I have a kit that has that
I
many.
know. And I'm telling you, it'll be the one you don't have because it'll wind up being better and you have SAE.
So,
Maybe I
So you wanna make
should
sure that
look
you
at
have
them before I go to Ace Hardware.
maybe I need to.
You take the handle and you tell them you want the screw and the
Allen wrench.
Allen wrench that fits that screw. Because if you don't, you're gonna come home with it and it's not gonna work again.
They got
Well, I decided what I was gonna do about that cap that come off my kitchen faucet. I'm gonna send the broken pieces to the company and tell them where they can put it.
Yeah,
Because it's plastic and it completely broke apart. Only it cost me $87 for the faucet. Why did they have plastic on it?
because everything's made out of plastic these days.
Not my Peerless. I made sure of that. I'm using that cap until this one starts leaking, and then I'll change faucets.
Including the cars, are made of nothing but plastic.
What was that?
You probably buy a new faucet deal at least, or with this probably handle.
I've got, well, yeah, it's a Glacier Bay, and I got it at Home Depot, but
Yeah, they'll have it.
I figured if I sent the cap to Glacier Bay, they'd send me a new one.
I probably just go to Home Depot and find the one I needed, but still, not a lot of it, one about the building.
Yeah, I'm able to use the one off my Peerless right now, instead of changing out the faucet.
Or get your pair of ice grips and find one there that leaves it.
I know where you live.
We all do.
But you don't know where the ice grips are.
I got my own vice grips,
That's my aunt from Texas.
but you don't wanna know where I'm gonna put them.
That's a good thing, 'cause I can't ever find mine.
Well, I got 3 different kinds, you can come down and get mine. That's the one thing I won't do without, is a crescent and vice grips.
And a rolling pin.
Well, I got a wooden one of those, you don't wanna have them coming back.
I'm right about that.
That's a Valentine's picture they just took last
That
night.
was love.
Your door's open.
That was so lovely.
Is he picking on you?
Yes. Okay, one more time, and I'm separating you two.
I didn't do it.
Awful white for a little
I
Mexican
was
baby.
getting ready to tell them they just need to take it on home.
He stole the keys from me.
They're my keys.
You're married, everything's equal.
Yeah.
No, everything's hers.
Somebody needs to tell you, happy wife, happy life.
Glad you know how it works, baby.
You get room of witnesses.
Yeah, you don't got a chance when you got a room full of women anyway.
Is anybody gonna ask if I need help blink twice?
What? What?
If I need help blink twice.
No.
No.
I don't guess I get that. That went above my head.
I sure did.
He's sign language, blink him twice if he needs
If
help.
I'm not all right, blink twice.
But you notice, we know you're not all right.
She looks big in this picture.
I know.
But look at this
You're not
picture.
hurting me at
How
all.
little she is.
Is she
Yeah.
barefoot?
She's barefooted.
You wouldn't
She didn't have no
miss
shoes,
it.
her socks on even. Poor little thing. Her mother.
I hate to tell you this, the only guys that would help you are behind you and next to you.
No, he's my bud. He can't help him.
Aw.
That's right, Max likes to eat, so he's not
Him
gonna
and
do that.
Janine are my buds.
I don't pay attention to that, Jim.
No, he pays attention to all the other junk and the games and the hoopla and hoop and Taylor Swift.
I do not.
Are you a Swift?
No, he's all he does every day is come in and grind
Did
and
you
say,
play
I'm
the
so
new
sick
game?
of hearing and seeing about Taylor Swift. And
Did
I'm
you
like,
play the Super Bowl game?
did I play it?
Well, you got to chug the thing every time you see a Swift.
Oh, no.
Swift.
I didn't do that, but I watched the game.
I fell
But no,
asleep.
he can't stand.
You get
He's so
alcohol
sick of hearing
poisoning
about it.
doing
That was
that.
why I
Do
was.
what?
You get alcohol poisoning doing that.
Tell that guy in Las Vegas that I know was chugging a beer every time he seen that. I'm saying, you must have been drunk by the end of the thing.
Probably.
I didn't like her either, but I just learned to ignore her.
She's actually a nice girl.
I
Yeah,
like her.
that
I
just-
think it's pretty cool.
They're a power couple, and
Yeah.
so they're overplaying it.
I like.
Yeah.
the one thing
Wrong
I
with
do
it
like
is
about
they're-
her is
Look
that
at the
they're
money
all
they've
the
made.
same.
The
We
cheese.
just don't want him to
Look.
get hurt.
Yeah.
Fine.
Who?
Leave Kelsey alone now. He's
Yeah.
Is he really retired?
No. Jason
When?
retired.
In
Jason
5 years?
Now you've signed a 1-year contract.
with Green Bay,
No,
With what?
the Eagles.
his brother signed a 1-year
Oh,
contract.
his brother.
That's
Oh,
'cause
so
he-
he's not retiring?
No, he's got to
No.
pay for that
Good.
baby he made.
He's got another baby coming. So's Holmes.
Yeah.
He's
They're,
worried that
they're running a race.
he's worried Travis is going to
Travis is going to catch up with him. And Swift's going to have a baby this year.
Where's Chelsea's with Taylor? Isn't it Travis?
Travis.
Yeah, Jason's the one that's,
Jason will be-
Jason and his
He's
wife
got the
just.
kid. Okay, I was gonna say, I thought you
They've
said
got
Travis,
three girls,
'cause
and I
Travis-
think he keeps shooting
And
for
I know
boys.
her don't
Yeah.
have any. She ain't gonna mess up that figure with no kids.
No,
right
she
now.
wants kids.
yeah, she said that.
Yeah, she wants one.
I know
In
there was rumors
24.
going around that he was gonna propose at the
Sure we'll hear all
Super
about it.
Bowl.
I know it. I was
I
waiting.
know.
Well, I'm wondering if she was
Here's it.
expecting it and if got her feelings hurt.
No, I don't think.
No,
Oh,
I look for the parade.
That woman's almost a billionaire. She could care less, probably.
what? What
Yeah.
are you guys doing?
I don't know, they seem like they're all sweet and richy.
Huh?
I'm dying yet.
What's wrong with you?
I'm so sick.
Oh, you're sick?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm at the city meeting.
Are they at the meeting?
Yeah. You're gonna call me when I
Right
get
down
home?
Randall. You know
Yeah,
Randall
probably
Hannibal.
Okay, I love you.
Alicia?
Okay,
Well, I
bye.
used to live across the street from me. He had pictures on his thing about, he had a bunch of hives
She
in the
hadn't
back
called
of his
me all
neck
day,
was always
see?
red.
Yeah,
She
she
said he
forgets.
had shortness
She's
of breath. I
sick.
said, you
Well,
need to
the
go
2 hours
to
behind
ER.
us.
Mhm.
She gets homesick.
We were using Benadryl, but he
You know,
kept
mother
coming
was
back. I
supposed
said,
to be there
something,
Saturday.
you're
Who?
allergic to
mother?
something.
Yeah.
No
So
shame.
did he ever go or?
She didn't show up.
I've been trying to
She's
call him
sick.
because I want to ask him, did you wash the things in the hotel? Would you learn
She's one
something
trying to show
new?
you up.
Yeah.
I see
Oh,
you
did
ready
he
for
just
your
get
next
back to a
travel.
hotel or?
Mhm.
He went to a hotel with his girlfriend,
Me and Cheryl's
but
going
he
down.
broke into this rash, and I'm going
I'm
to
gonna
Zoom
hit
to
you
find
right.
out what
She's
you're
gonna
allergic
take,
to.
yeah.
It's
She's
going to
gonna
affect
take
you that way.
week off.
I'm gonna hit you
Because
right.
it almost sounded like he's going to
Anaphylactic
Yeah.
shock.
I'm gonna take it home to take care of the
Those
dogs.
bigger words kind of get me sometimes. I know what they
They
are.
get everybody.
Yeah, he was saying you gotta fight for your right to cry.
Hell, I can't even pronounce half of my prescriptions.
He's got to take care of the dogs. That's gonna make him happy.
He's gonna have parties at your house.
No, he's not gonna party, but he's got to take care of the dogs.
I will discuss them.
You know, we got 2 dogs in the house and he has to take care of them.
You ever gonna move in the trailer?
I may have to take my dog with me, huh?
You ever gonna move that into that trailer?
What do you mean is he gonna move in that trailer? Huh?
I said, is he ever going to?
No chance, it's almost as tall as
Well,
Christmas.
yeah, when I get it
I
done.
haven't seen him in
Oh, well,
so long.
I'm gonna get it painted this I'm gonna get
He
some
really
first
he
of the month,
played
and
basketball, then he
I
played
want
football. and that
Lori
was
to
gonna
paint
be
it for me
basketball.
first. Nick don't wanna
Oh,
paint
my.
it.
Fair enough.
And
Is he
then
still little, kind of skinny?
he's gonna finish
He's,
the
second.
floor.
Yeah.
There's one guy smaller than him on
And
the
he said
football
he's gonna
team.
go over there
But
this
yeah,
week and get the
He's very slender.
paneling,
Yeah.
and we're gonna get it put up.
I was gonna say, he was always
Well,
kind
Nick
of.
I'm
was
gonna
doing
go
real
sit
good
on
when he
this and
quit
watch.
outside.
I have to
Which
go
there's
sit and
nothing wrong with
watch.
that.
I would.
Half of them
With
turn
a
out
win.
giants
If I
later in
don't, he
life.
won't get it done, you
Yeah.
know, cause he stopped, you know.
If you keep
Well, I
his
don't know, my
girlfriend-
brother,
if I
my
goes
brother was
over there,
6'5",
then
and my
we
other
get it
brother
done.
was
Yeah, you
6'2".
keep his girlfriend
Well, he
over
was
So,
pretty tall in
and
high
then
school, but he was a
I'm gonna get
beanpole.
Lori to paint
Yeah,
it,
it's the Jolly
because
Green Giant.
she'll paint the whole ceilings and
Mhm.
everything. And
The
won't
Jolly
cost me
Green
that
Giant.
much.
else?
And it'll be a good job,
What else do you call me?
so.
She can't say that in public.
A beanpole.
I guess so. Oh, you better watch it. See, criminal.
Yeah, Jess was like that too until he got back from the army. Then he started putting weight. Well, when he was driving truck, he started getting in.
Too bad he didn't look like this in his younger years. We might would have been rich. You would have been. I wouldn't have been around, but you would have been. You could play football.
Jess has been playing Santa Claus here for the last 2 years. He's a pretty big Santa Claus.
And this is, who is it?
My second oldest.
Well, I'm glad I mentioned that about Jay's son. He likes cooking eggs, doesn't he? He's no
Oh,
different.
yeah. To do anything like that
Yeah.
is a blessing for him.
Yeah, and he's getting right along.
Yeah.
Well, I'm having Easter egg hunt at the house next month, probably like I always do.
Yeah, but you hide yours.
Yeah, I hide mine. That's what Easter's about.
I know.
You don't
Can
throw
you
them
read
on the
upside
ground. You hide them.
I agree.
Can you read upside down?
Mm-hmm. Actually, I can.
That's, I don't.
I'll print the words backwards too.
Well, see
I
that?
can read that too.
I seen that. You said that.
Oh, right.
So I suppose that
I seen that
other
too.
dog in your yard is
There
ridiculous.
ain't much that goes by me.
The
You
light
just
yellow
been-
one.
Look at this.
Kind of looks like a mongrel.
I'm gonna make a pizza like this.
Did you even know it was there?
Start selling it.
No, I didn't know it was there. Rocket was the only
It doesn't
dog.
look like your dog.
Nobody will ever
Yeah,
know
Rocket's
how
the
I
only
made that
dog that's
pizza.
been there, and he's
Watch this.
at the
This is
nursing
pretty
home now.
Let me in the city office.
But I just got Socks, Kasha, Bailey, and Daisy. I doubt you
Well, it might have
ever.
been 2 days ago that I seen it.
Yeah, these freaking strays are getting bad.
I don't know what kind of dogs the one next door to Chris has. We got a calico cat that comes up and sits in the chair of the house, and my dog goes completely berserk. As if she could sit there and fight a cat.
Okay, get our pizza. We're back at the meeting.
Yeah, no, I don't have any white dogs. I just have my 2 white huskies.
This is kind of a light yellow, or not light. I had never seen it before. Maybe it was because I seen it.
You throw so much food, I just
We'll be back in session. There was no action taken on at the executive session. The request for video footage seems to involve some legal issues, so perhaps perhaps we have a motion somewhere to discuss, or some interest in discussing legal issues.
If we can move that part of the legal matters, I'll address that there.
Just when you put it, sleep, go in the water, you get away.
Yeah, just,
Make a motion, we move video footage to legal matters.
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
You have no pressure on the property.
skipped over under the city clerk items, I have skipped over an item called water meter, and you continue to discuss that with us, Ms. Michaela.
Executive session on that.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I move for an executive session with doing maintenance, council, mayor, maintenance, clerk, clerk and lawyer, please, for 15 minutes.
It's currently 19.
Attorney-client. Or for legal matters.
So we're gonna put that on.
That's it.
Just covering, legal matters on the end of that motion, please.
Second. Aye.
Aye.
Just say aye.
That was 2 ayes?
3 ayes.
3 ayes.
Don't sit down.
Shall I don't sit down.
No.
There's still a water meter.
She grabbed her phone up and put it in her pocket. It's illegal to take her phone back there.
Yeah, you guys could never bring your phone back.
No. They can't legally take their phone back there.
Is this what you wanted to have for your enjoyment tonight?
Yeah. And she grabbed her phone up and took it. I don't know what
See, we're doing this because we miss y'all so much. We're seeing that he hit you.
That was a left hand.
So when she hauls off and hits you, that's a left hand.
She already does that.
Well, somebody's
According
got
to
to
him,
keep
have we gotten the pump yet?
Somebody's got to keep
Have
you
we
in
gotten
line.
the
You're a big
pump yet
boy.
for the pool?
Not yet.
It hasn't changed yet?
I haven't heard anything about it.
Well, they still gotta pay for that too, so 23 bills are not up yet.
I mean, I'll ask them when they get back if they, maybe after the meeting, if I just missed something about the water pump.
Well, the pool pump should have come by now. We ordered it 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah. That was ordered in December, wasn't it? I was still on the board.
Well, maybe even before that.
Yeah,
I'll ask.
that should have been paid for.
We're in Turon, somebody probably stole it.
Well, you don't pay for it till you get it, and we haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, they haven't got it?
I don't think so.
Oh.
It's been on order, but like everything else.
Did you put the seat back down?
No, ma'am.
You're not home, go
I
put the
didn't
seat
flush
down.
either.
You never put the seat up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
I'll
pissed on
ask
the
after the
seat.
meeting. I might
That's the
just
lid
miss
goes and
something.
everything.
You still got a house break in, don't you?
No, he's probably one of the best men I've ever been around about that kind of stuff.
Oh, so he does put the seat down. Yeah.
Now, I'm not gonna say that always in his background, but if he uses mine or goes in someone else's house or, yeah. Actually, his is always down every time I've ever gone in his.
He probably people's in the seat.
I don't know. I try to stay out of his bathroom. I don't like going in any man's.
It was a TMI.
Look, I live in a house with 3 women. If I don't put the seat down, that's death.
Yeah. I do not, I don't. I have
Why
my
do you
own
leave it up
bathroom
at my
now.
house then?
I just go in mine.
Why do you leave it up at my house?
Because I don't have to worry about leaving it up at your house. Duh.
I brought my bathroom to you.
Don't they use your bathroom no more?
he comes over there, and that's when Vicky was still living there. Mom, I'm on my way. He said, she's in the bathroom, she's passed out. I'm like, well, go outside. Mom, I can't.
Our neighbors are real quiet since.
Well, that's
Aaron-
what I found out, that they're really quiet, they keep to themselves.
They're gonna, they're up above where Aaron fixed that black stuff on his house. It's fell off. It's coming off. I walked out the door tonight and I said, oh my gosh, look, it's coming off. I don't know if it just,
Ain't it nice to have nice, quiet neighbors?
oh yeah, well, Aaron was always quiet too.
Just on the weekends.
But they didn't bother me.
Are they an older couple?
Yeah, they're an older couple, they're from Michigan, and they got family somewhere around here.
Their
I meant to
dogs
go
are,
ask them if I could have that goal, that basketball goal that's Aaron and them left.
they broke it.
Who did?
Aaron and them before they left.
They did?
Oh, yeah, the backboard was
The
all shattered.
backboard is shattered on it. I
How
don't
did
know
they do that?
I don't know, but it's broke. It's still there, but it's broke. Yeah.
Well, no, if it didn't have a backboard, it wouldn't be any good. I just want it for my grandson. He
Yeah,
just had to.
no, they broke it. I don't know how they did
Because
it.
he had one, but when they moved from Texas, they had to leave it.
Wait, grandson?
And he had just gotten it.
You're not old enough to have grandkids.
Who are you? I love you.
Yes, she is.
Woo!
You're kissing butt
I've got
to me.
2 and about to have another one. I'll have no.
You got more than
No,
that.
I have 3 now, and about to have another one.
She really doesn't.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
You missed it. You're not even listening.
I heard her.
Oh, you're trying to
We
ignore
used to
it.
go down to the library just so we could hear her
It's that
talk.
hair color that she puts in her hair.
I don't. There's none anymore. That's all
Listen to
natural.
me anyways.
That's all. It's almost all silver now. That's why I haven't done anything. I mean, let it grow out and grow in it. Oh yeah, it does have some stripes in it for
Yeah.
Sierra's wedding.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Yeah, I did put some stripes in it for Sierra's wedding, but the only thing I'm gonna do now, I think I've never had it this long. I think I'm gonna go get a spiral perm put in it just so I have some body. I just ordered all these and started wearing these because I was just wearing it up in like a little ponytail back here, and I'm sick of not doing anything with it.
So you know Robin and Melvin? Well, I'm running their granddaughters. Ozenbach?
Do you want to know them?
She's from Texas, so she really don't know a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we've been here 10 years.
Have you been here that long?
We've been here 10 years now.
Quite a while.
I mean, sounds like you know Cassandra.
I do, well, are you talking about Cassandra Verstrady?
Yeah.
Or, well, now Baker? No, Taylor now.
Taylor.
Yeah,
Taylor.
because her, I think Grandpa Greg is my papa's brother.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm the nurse for Jace. I take care of Jace.
And
So
does
that's
a
why I know
wonderful
them.
job, I mean.
Well,
I
he
cried
just,
when I seen him walking.
Yeah.
he can walk steps now about 5 to 6 by himself.
Yeah.
She's
does-
gonna
They
regret
won't let
that.
go of him and let him do it. I do as the nurse because I'm exercising him, but I can get him to walk across the room from me to me. They're scared. I'm
Well,
like,
she's
she's just like a
starting to-
toddler. He's going to fall. You're going to have to let him fall in a controlled environment, you know.
Yeah,
But
just put some pillows on the floor.
yeah, well,
Oh,
we're
I
in
don't
a
know, this
carpeted
kid's
room.
pretty tough.
Yeah, he's doing right now. Yeah, he's doing great. He's doing amazing. I can't wait to see what he does this year after therapy. How much better he'll do after that.
He's had a hard go, but he's a fighter. And she started her new job today, so.
I know.
I
Yeah.
saw that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Where at? Where'd she start?
I don't know, I didn't ask.
It must be Pratt because she wasn't at Subway.
Well, she had Subway, but that might have been an old post. But
Oh, well,
So who's got the baby then?
I don't know.
Just chilling by himself.
No.
I'm just wondering where they found somebody to keep the baby at. We don't have anybody around here anymore.
I know.
Yeah, Epiphania raised all my grandkids.
I wish we had somebody like it for me. Aspen had a spot saved for her, my oldest daughter, at the school because she's going to school to be a teacher and is going to teach there. But one of the teachers just found out, she didn't know it, but she's pregnant and she's further along than Aspen.
No.
So she gets the spot. Aspen got kicked out of the spot for daycare. She wouldn't have got pregnant.
Tell her to pop it up.
So now she don't have anybody to keep that baby when it's born. I don't know what we're gonna do, cause she's in school and gotta work to pay their house payments. So,
They wanted that house.
yeah. She said the daycare they found in Wichita is $270 a week. She said that's her whole paycheck for the month from the school. She said I might as well stay home and take him. She said that would be her whole paycheck. $270 a week for one child. That's ridiculous.
It is, it's outrageous.
We're under all those. I know.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, it's
In
terrible.
the 60s, I got $1 an hour, but that was in California.
Well, I think I got $5.25 an hour when I babysat, you know.
Okay, I got y'all beat. I got 50 cents an hour in Michigan.
But I babysat 5 at a time and had to cook for them and all that because it was
But
a single man.
I tell you what pays better, Las Vegas, because when I turned 18 years old, I lived out there, and they'd bring kids in, and they'd stay at the motel. I was making $300 and $400 a night babysitting,
Yeah.
depending on how good they hit.
Yep. Yeah. And what'd they do? They just call you and say, hey.
I worked at the motel during the day, so, and I lived like a half a block away, so
Did they offer babysitting services though, or?
no, people come in and say, do you know anybody that can trust
Well, see,
babysitting?
some of them have babysitting services, and they just call them in. And
Oh boy, after I quit though, they all lined up. They
Yeah.
all wanted, not mad.
Yeah, they make boo-hoo money babysitting.
Of course, I was 18, and you know,
Yeah.
right there.
I have a girlfriend that would have never dreamed from high school.
This must be on that block meter of those people. that
Really,
there,
really
they
nice
aid.
family and everything, and she was a cheerleader and girl team and all that. And her parents wanted her to go to college. She took off right out of high school, went straight to Vegas and got on a dance line, on a course line, and she made big bucks for
Oh, yeah.
several years. I want to say she did it for like 7 to 10 years. And then she finally, got a job or went to school or whatever. I think she finally got married. I think she was in her 30s before she got married. She went to Vegas and got on the course line or whatever and
That's a
made
crazy
big bucks.
town.
That's
She
what,
made some good money.
that's what Turon means.
What?
What?
The dance line or whatever.
Oh my
It does
gosh.
not.
Yeah, I'd like to see that dance line. No, I wouldn't. Oh,
Easy now.
the people that would look okay on it wouldn't apply to do it, honey. The ones
I
that
would.
would not would be the ones that don't.
Not apply.
Like I said.
You're okay, she rushed.
Yeah.
There was a lady came from California one year, and she was painting I think it's where Tony lives now.
Play on here.
She's outside painting the house in her shore. She wouldn't believe the cars that drove by that house.
Oh.
Unreal.
We all know Turon's full of perverts.
If anything, Turon needs a daycare. It doesn't need a dance club.
Yeah, it needs a daycare, definitely, or at least an individual that, could at least keep 3. I mean, I know 3 or 4 year round people need babysitters, and we can't find them. We had Ireland on the waiting list for, gosh, I don't know how long.
Almost a year.
No, she was on the waiting list for over a year.
Which waiting list?
Well, she was on the waiting list at Fairfield for over a year.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
kicked off that one, and we had to find somebody else.
Can't get into Cunningham either, is she?
No, she was on that. I've never even called and taken her off, and they've never called me. So she's been probably on that waiting list for, this will be the 3rd year now. They've never called to tell me they had an opening for her.
Oh, yeah. I never had one there.
Mm-mm. The one where we had her in Pratt, there's 125 people ahead of Aspen on that waiting list. 125 people on a waiting list ahead of Aspen for daycare in Pratt.
Yeah, but the insurance and the law, nobody wants to do it.
They've changed it so much.
You're better off if you're an individual or 2 and you just do like 3 kids a day at home.
Mhm.
What I'm hearing is once I'm back at my mom's is that I should probably get a job as a babysitter.
Yeah, man, I don't know, where do you live?
Well, she lives over in Missouri.
In Missouri?
How does
Yeah,
that
if
work?
it's out in the country, I'm telling you, you'd probably do very well, because like out here, we don't have enough.
I know what you do, is get Clinton to become a woman and then get a second wife. Then you have a babysitter.
your way out the door. Talking about my son and my real son.
Are you
Mama.
still certified to do CPR?
Mhm.
You'd have to do it on him, you may knock him down over there.
Well, I'll knock myself down too.
Okay.
I won't be able to do it. Jared, I'm gonna trip over your big feet.
Nope.
That's a common occurrence.
Bobby wasn't bringing his nitro with him, and I said, if you go down, I'm not helping you, because I'm not certified anymore.
Who?
Bobby Pennell,
Oh.
he had
Oh.
to take nitro.
How's he doing?
Better, he had that valve replacement like I had.
I don't
But he, I
see
think,
him.
Reverend
I can't
Kalmar,
remember.
I think brought him back at the church. I mean, he was gone. And she was doing the CPR and brought him back.
I couldn't believe Rolla. Just
Well,
couldn't.
yeah, all the things, because Bobby told me they were gonna stop his heart and try and get it back in sync. I said, when mine stopped on the table, he just shocked me three times. But I've never heard him stopping it and trying to start it again.
It depends on the rhythm it's in. Yes, if there's a certain rhythm, they'll stop it and try to start it to get
So he never made it to that point.
It's cardioversion.
Yeah, I don't think they ever made it to that point.
And who was this? Bobby or?
Rolla.
Oh, Rolla. Oh, see, I thought he just passed in his sleep. He didn't?
Yeah, I guess he did, because I heard it was at home, but that was what he was supposed to go and do, was have it started again.
A cardioversion. Okay. Oh, well, yeah.
And I don't know how many, he had 2 or 3 or stents, I think, put in.
He's just such a sweet person.
He's turning lights off there on the house.
Come back with an answer on that. Check out that.
We're back in session. Any discussion on this subject? Particular water meter issue? Okay, we took no action while we were in private executive session. We are certainly welcome to have some discussion.
If we just move on. Right. If we just move on.
I'm sorry?
Move on to the next thing.
Okay, can we move on? Okay, that takes care of the city clerk. Treasurer's report,
So you guys do have these, this is like a kind of.
I will, is that what you're showing me? Yes. I coerced Ms. McKayla into making some copies of these. You will notice at the top, there's 2 of them, they say tentative. The first one is a December financial report. There are still entries, we think there are still entries that need to be made for the month of December. But using the data that we have up to this point, this is a December financial report. If there were other entries made, that would change the numbers. These are the numbers that we had, so you can look through that. Because the December was not totally, or we don't think the December was completely finished, we also have a annual fiscal year 2023 tentative annual report. Once again, because the December numbers will affect this, and if we don't have the total December numbers, this is not necessarily accurate. But you can look at those. Dave, you had a question earlier about what the budget looks like and what the treasurer's report and what the numbers look like. maybe you can find something that answers your question there in here. But I did want to see these for my own benefit. I'll pass them along to you as well. When we get official data, we will review these and hand them to you. I think for a treasurer's report, we just have a bank statement now, and you have that in front of you, so we can load it and show which one it is. All we have for the moment, we've not been able to, we have contacted the lady from the accounting service in Pratt. We have not scheduled a time yet to come out here and bring these numbers up to date. So what are we, it's not this one, we looked at this, this is the bill, which one are we looking at now? Thank you. Okay, numerous pages from Citizens Bank of Kansas. It's kind of a December.
What's the statement for
December statement, yeah. January, excuse me.
What we were talking about, CDK.
this big packet?
Anyway, you have a bunch of pages from the Citizens Bank.
That's wherever it is.
If you wish to look through those, we can take a few moments. We have a lot of Midwest energies. Where those two different properties, assume, and for all those properties.
I mean, it's all around town.
I'm sorry?
All around town.
All around town.
And then there's streetlights.
These are all things that we own?
Yes.
You see one on the third page, it says unable to locate, what does that mean?
That's our, yeah, that was just one we had to fix. We're still trying to figure that one out with the bank. The account had been changed and they came and paid a different way.
Okay.
The bank had been bought out, so it was an issue. I did send them what I could, so they are at least starting on getting it up.
The ATC, or ACC,
I really think we can have some questions and answers and discussions here. I don't know if we can take any action on this. It's just what we got for the moment.
The one question we still need from her is what, actual amount was carried over from last year, so that we can disperse some of that money into our sewer fund
And that's what I told them when I talked to them on the phone.
Okay.
When she told me to send them, I was like, well, we really need to sand through. So,
I mean, that's our biggest question, so we don't let that go into this year's budget, and we can disperse that in capital improvements and sewer and stuff, so we can look into so we know where we're at on sewer and stuff, and we can go from there with getting stuff done.
Are we finished on that item? In the interest of getting the attorney back home at a reasonable hour, I'm gonna jump down to a new business item.
well, we still have other legal matters as well.
Yes, okay. Well, I'm gonna skip the property officer. I'm gonna visit with the attorney on legal matters. I don't know how many legal matters you have, but.
Well, we can start with the request for video. Generally, those requests need to be in the form of an open
You
records
have to use
request.
your outdoor voice, Tony, I'm sorry.
Generally, on a request for security video from the building, that needs to be submitted as an open records request. That's not something that the clerk can grant, that would need to go through the council, potentially me, if there's an exception or reason not to disclose it as an open record. One of the reasons for that would be if there's a potential that ties into an open criminal investigation, then that wouldn't be disclosed.
Even though it was at a party that I had, that I paid a rental for this room, and I just wanna see this camera?
It's,
We don't, I guess what she's asking is, we just wanna see something, we don't necessarily need a copy.
right.
We just wanna see something, see if something's there. If it is, then we will call the police department and let them know.
Well, in the steps you guys need to go through is submit the request for the open record. I'll take a look at it and I'll respond to it. I may tell you, no, you can't look at it. I may say, okay, we'll set up a time to look at it. But it needs to come through as an open records request, not just as a
Okay, how do we do that?
Through the city clerk.
Is it through here?
Yeah, they should have a form that you list what records you want to see, and we've got a pretty short window that we've got to respond to it.
Okay, that's the other question is, we just don't want it erased until we for sure can see what we're
Cause he
looking
called
for.
first thing, I mean,
Yep.
yesterday.
And that's
morning.
why I called to see if we could even look, not necessarily have a copy of all the video, but there's something particular that we're trying to find.
Okay. And so if you guys can submit that request, like I said, I'll take a look at it, we'll get a response to you. And then if you don't like my response, we can talk and kind of talk about options from there.
Okay, we'll do that.
Take care of that item.
That does for me unless there's more discussion.
Okay, I'm looking both ways here. I'm hoping we've covered that item.
Do you guys have any other questions?
Can we get the form tonight?
Do you have one in the office? Yeah, if we could snag one for them, that.
Mrs.
Do you
Green
know where
says she
they are
has the
set
form.
down?
Hmm?
Do you know where those forms are?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Might as well snag one for them.
Yeah.
Or we can go on.
Okay, fill me in a little bit on the gym equipment.
So we got a bunch of, like jump ropes and all kinds of other stuff for the kids to play with in the gym. And I think, Cynthia's the one who wanted to do it, and she just wanted to know if we were liable for putting that extra stuff in the gym.
I'll bring you an answer on that, or I'll look it up and give you a
Okay.
call. I don't know that off the top of my head.
You have one?
Just the other one you wanted to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Okay, I'm skipping down to new business. At the end of the first sentence, it says, it says transfer of funds to Senior Citizens Center. The issue is this, the Senior Citizens building had roof damage at some point. I can't give you any details on it because I don't know any details on it, but they need to fix the roof. They've had two bids, two contractors come to look at their roof. One of them submitted a bid for around $13,000. The other one submitted a bid in the $30,000 range, fixing more damage. Senior Citizens are on a pretty low budget operation. They're seeking funding for roof repairs, and they approached the Hutchinson Community Foundation, which seems to be agreeable to donating and contributing funds, probably to pay for some or all of this roof repair. So it's a good thing. The problem is Hutchinson Community Foundation will rent money only to municipalities or 501c3 corporations, nonprofits. The Senior Citizens Group in turn is neither a municipality nor is it a 501c3 corporation, a charitable corporation. Had a long talk with Arden Vernon, former banker in town, and also with Darlene Blackmore, and they're kind of Darlene's kind of the chairman of the senior citizens group, and Arden kind of takes care of money issues and such. They are both of the notion that there should be no problem if the community foundation would send some money on behalf of the senior citizens, but to submit it to us, since we are a municipality, we receive the money on this hand and turn it over to this hand and send it off to the senior citizens group for the repair of their roof. I don't have a problem with it, it makes all kinds of sense, except I don't know if it's legal or not. So that's my question for discussion here, and I certainly want Danny's opinion on that. So the question is, I don't know what it would take, I'm curious as to why they're not a 501c3. If they say they don't qualify, I don't know, that's their opinion.
Is that because that building is not under a senior citizen and it's in a private name?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Lee Linder bought that, and that was
They're able to
Lee Linder's.
get the money for free, apparently a grant from the Hutchinson Community Foundation. But the question is how to handle the money and the transfer of funds.
And the way I'd like to do that is I'd like to touch base.
I'm sorry?
I'd like to call the Hutchinson Community Foundation, talk to them and figure out
Okay.
how it needs to work on their end and figure out what the city can do. Or, it sounds like a good idea, I just don't want to walk the city into some kind of trouble moving money around with
Yeah,
that.
I'm a little uncomfortable with that.
And I wanted to go through an accountant also.
Yeah.
It's a little too easy.
And then my big question is that in a private person's name, or is that building in actual senior center? Because I believe it could be in a private person's name. At one point in time it was.
It was long ago, I don't know what happened after he passed away, I don't know.
That might be why they're not a nonprofit. It's because it's a private person name.
They do get
It's under a senior
county funding, they get a part of the mill of it, or a part of aging.
Yeah, they do get money from Department of Aging.
It says the primary owner on the tax bill is Senior Citizens Board of Turon and surrounding communities. That's what the
Okay,
owner
so
says.
It is under the senior citizen.
Okay, I will see what I can find out, let you guys know.
Sounds better, because it would scare me if it was under a personal name.
All right, if you want to discuss that, we can discuss that. If you have questions for council, now would be the time. Otherwise, I will go back up to a higher position on the page. I'm going to adjourn
Are you
Mr.
gonna have
Danny's,
Michaela ask the accountant? Or,
I'll talk to the Hutch Foundation and then probably touch base with Michaela and either her or Otto.
because I wanna know how that affects us on taxes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That would be filing some form, it's not 1031C in that aspect, but that'd be filing a form.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that,
1031C is a swap of property.
yeah. Figure out what the houses on the unfinished business are those yeah, well, I don't think we need. I don't think we need an executive session. I think we need to do it a different way than how we've done up to this point. If we could move the two houses from the unfinished business.
I'm sorry.
If we we could move the two houses on unfinished business up to
Yes.
legal, then I think that's the last thing that I have to touch
Okay.
on. And so,
All right, I think we've, dealt with the transfer funds issue, and we have a question about two houses. And that's located down in unfinished business, and we can send Danny home. Does that require an executive session?
I don't think it does
Okay.
tonight, but if it looks like we're heading that way.
Who is going to speak to this issue? Is the property officer going to speak to this, or?
He's not here, he's not here.
Danny's talking about it right
I'm
now.
sorry?
I can,
Okay,
so,
then please do so.
so what, we had two houses that we sent out the notices for violating the minimum housing code, saying they weren't fit for human habitation. If we want to, I think I gave you guys that info last time I was here. If we want to actually take down a structure, I think it needs to be under the dangerous and unfit structure part of the code, which is 4601 going on. And to do that, we have to have someone appointed as the city building inspector. That's the position set up to be appointed by the mayor, and that's the person that would run the enforcement under this ordinance that would let the city find the structure to be dangerous, unfit, and then cause it to be taken down. This is something that I think Logan as a property officer can be appointed as the city inspector. I think one of the city guys can be appointed in that role, assuming that person feels comfortable in that position. And then what we do is, put together a report on it, we send out notice to property owners, say, here's what needs to be corrected. They have a right to a hearing on it. At the hearing, we have to prove that it is dangerous and unsafe, and if it is, then the city can order that building taken down.
It'd be a public meeting.
It would be a public meeting.
It'd be a special session or a normal meeting?
Probably a special setting, because it is contested, it could take a bit. And it's 1-2, what we've done with other cities, we've got a title insurance company, we've said, here's the address, go put together a title report for us, and that way we make sure if there's a mortgage on it, if there's a lender, every owner of record gets notified of what's going on. But that process would have to start first with someone being appointed as the building inspector.
So do they get to enter the house too if they need to?
They should have the authority under here to enter it. Now, whether the person actually lets it in or not,
Wouldn't this person need to be the one that would need to be appointed? Wouldn't they need to be certified as an inspector?
what,
I mean, as far as to know really what you need to look for?
I don't think so unless we're being real nitpicky under it. I think if we're just looking at the structures that are about to fall down, that's something we can take photos of, present that to the council, and you guys can make that finding that is dangerous, that is unsafe. Our budget's not unlimited, so I'm not picturing the city going out looking to demolish every structure with a flaw in it. I think this is for the ones that are just, this is posing a real danger. Somebody could get in there and just come down on them, where it's obvious that that's not safe.
I want to make sure I didn't miss some points. Would you jot down some notes on that, maybe send them to the office? And
Yeah.
you have Michaela's phone number there at the city office. And send a text or send us some notes anyway, so we don't miss something in the process.
to the owner of the one house again, because he had talked about donating it or giving it.
I can reach back out to him. I was thinking about that today.
It'd just be better if we just sign it over.
If we do that, I would have somebody lined up to tear it down and have him sign the deed the day it's gonna be torn down. There's no reason for the city to own it for 3 months before taking it down, like have that ownership. You know, have that agreement in place, but have it,
Well, we already did have a bid on it to tear it down. So if we
okay, I'll see if I can
could get ownership of it, we could get it torn down.
Okay.
I was under the understanding that because of the taxes that were owed on it, he couldn't sign the deed over. That was my understanding. Was that yours, Danny?
I can't remember it, and I don't know that we ever got a clear answer on who owned it.
Well, the one on First Street,
Yeah, I think somebody else claimed to have owned it too, so I would need to get over to Hutch, or we need to get a title insurance company to look at it and tell us who actually owns it.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how accurate the county is, but it doesn't say his name
Yeah.
on title right now, evidently.
we had two on First Street.
Yeah.
We have a title search on one and the other one we don't.
So I'll try to come back with an answer on that property next month.
No, different property. We're talking about different property.
Any other questions for council? Smoke them while you got them. Who's our property officer? You're the safety officer. Who is our property officer here?
No.
So we don't know if the property officer has any questions.
I will sneak out then. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate your help. There are two other. Is neither of us involved? What do we need to do? Move on?
Well, we usually get to look at some stuff, so we know who we're dealing with.
So one of them called today to get their
Just
account.
pass them. Go ahead.
I was just saying, one of them called today to get the account number, and they said that they would pay today, but when I came in for the meeting, they still had some stuff.
It's this one.
Streets right here.
We're in Wayne County, not around. Oh, back this way. Back this way.
Am I in there?
No, didn't see your name.
It's close.
And this one knew that they needed to be here at the meeting. Yeah.
Food shop.
So not sure why, unfortunately.
Ready to move on?
Yep.
Okay, maintenance report.
So they have the roof bid and then their training in March.
Remind me again of the roof bid on this building, or where?
On
Oh,
the maintenance shop.
On the shop. What have we learned about the shop first? Is ever gonna discuss that? Okay. Everett, talk to us about the roof bid on the shop.
The roof on the shop. I got one bid, I still got two others that haven't turned in a bid. I think you've all got a deal in there from, I don't know how you pronounce it, I pronounce it Yahtzee Roofing. Yahtzee. On the first page, it shows that they're gonna totally redo the whole roof, which is $53,456 to do the whole roof. They've got a second bid, because I told them I wanted a bid to do the whole roof or with the repair, to see what the difference was. The second one shows what they could do, and it was $36,500, but just to do what we have to do to stop it from leaking right now is the valley, and I've got some pictures of what the roof looks like. In there. In what I could find out from talking to people in town, the roof was put on in '05 when the tornado, when the grain bin was hit. So that puts it 21 years old. That's past the lifespan.
19 years.
Huh?
19 years.
Well, it's 15 to 20 years is what they, somewhere in that, is what they warranty a rubber roof. So it's done past its life expectancy. And on the second bid, it shows that they can do a restoration, and it would be warranted for 5 years. So that's the same as putting a spray coat over everything and making it last. And then the last one, of course, is just what it absolutely has to have to keep it from leaking down. Where the hole's already at, and mainly it's patching the valleys with a few spots up on the roof itself showing.
Does it have any kind of warranty on it, on the last one?
The last one, I don't see any warranty on it at all, on the last one.
Daddy was waiting on bids from 2 other places.
Did you know when the other bids might be in, or they've not been out yet?
He's been out, he was supposed to send me one M&M out of Hutch. He was supposed to send me a bid, but he will only repair it, he won't do no replacement. The other guy's telling me a week and a half before he'll be out to even look at it.
I'd like to see another one at least. So whenever you get
The
them.
worst, the worst part is finding somebody that does the rubber roof. It isn't like just going up and rolling the roof that we had up here. That's,
put a rubber roof on that old gas station? Wasn't that a rubber roof, or no? It's been a few years.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know who they use. Yeah. Are we in agreement just to wait for the other bids to come in?
So when I get that, I'll have to go back and, I think on the back page it says that this is only good for 14 days. So I'll have to have him come back and rebid it, which he should be able to do without having to come back and look at it.
Yeah. Okay.
But this bid was only good for 14 days.
All right. Thank you.
And now then, I got the doors and windows.
Are we ready to move on to doors and windows, or do you have more questions about the shop roof?
I think we're ready.
Okay, we're gonna move on to doors and windows.
There should be one of them from Home Lumber. This is the only person I can get out to come.
I have something from Pratt Glass here, and something from Home.
Well, windows were from Pratt Glass, and that's been an ongoing, so I had Pratt Glass, Home Lumber, and Hirschberger, and Hirschberger's was a little bit more than Pratt Glass. I mean, more than Home Lumber. The windows from Pratt Glass was 911, and then the bid from Home Lumber was $424, but then you gotta add $5,000 to that for labor for the contractor. So that'd be $7,000.
7642.
Yeah. And then the bid I had for Hirschberger to do it was $8,000.
So are all of these windows comparable to each other? I mean,
Yes.
we're talking the same?
Yes, I told him I want to try to match what we already had on the rest of the building. That was what was supposed to be, so that they would all have about the same
Look,
look.
but I mean, these quotes are like the same grade windows. I mean, we're not going a
No,
higher grade window to this guy using a lower grade window.
no, I don't believe so.
I do know we had Home Lumber do our house some windows, and they did a really good job. And Albert Hitz is who's the list. He did a really nice job.
Does he work out of Pratt?
Yeah.
And how much did you say Hirschberger's was?
Hirschberger was $8,000, and I believe That would be pillow windows in that one. I don't know, I'm pretty sure that's the same thing that Home Lumber has is the pillow window.
Thank you.
So Hertzberger and Home Lumber's pretty close there. So it's these three and three above the big walk-in door, is that right?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Any discussion on the window project under the front entrance? Pursue something or let it ride?
Well, I know they need attention. I don't know when there comes a time when we have to just, this whole building is needing so much work, it's the money pit. But you gotta keep the water out too, so I don't know.
Well, right now, as far as the windows upstairs, they're keeping the water out, because we did do the plexiglass on the outside, and we sealed around when we put the plexiglass there, so it is keeping the water from coming in the windows right now. But they are rotten, and screws are only gonna hold for so long, so.
Any discussion about the roof project at the city office, city shop?
I think we're gonna wait on the other bids.
Want to wait on some more bids?
Yeah, they're talking about the windows.
I'm talking about the city shop.
I've been done with that for 5 minutes.
Did you wish to pursue something on the windows?
Then I have the bid on doing the doors. I've been told that in past years, this back door was supposedly approved to be able to put a door in, but they didn't know how they were gonna do it. So when they did the both, when I had them bid, I did this door and that one to do the doors in here. And that's gonna be from Home Lumber, which is, that's the only place I could get a bid from. And that was, to do both of them would have been $3,000, and then you gotta add $1,000 per door labor. So you're looking at $5,000 to do both doors. That would take these out, reframe around them with wood frame and put in doors, new doors. Because the way the building shifted in the past and twisted the door frame, they don't think they can get another steel door frame in there and get it squared up. This is where Dana brought it up. This is another one that here where
Well, we gotta do something, I mean, things just keep getting worse.
Yes, the back door back there is real bad from going in and out. As well as this one here, because we gotta slam it to get it to lock. So,
It might not be a bad idea. I'd kind of like to see our council settled out a little better too for
I'm sorry, you'd like to see what?
the accounts. I'd like to get some of the, what we don't have done yet in the past. I'd like to see some of that get finished out with the accountant and see where we're at there.
Where we're at?
I would feel more comfortable with doing that.
Well, we kind of thought we would be at this point, but we're not.
So we just wanna table this till we get our books in order?
I think so. It's a court on another building,
Thanks for being all that.
so, now then, I got, in March, we usually go to the conference in March. Irvin and I both, for our classes that we have to have to keep. Well, not my class, Irvin's classes that has to have to keep recertifying, keep
His licenses.
his license up to date. Like I told the council years past, I don't have to go, I'm not certified. But we both go, we have both went. It's $180 if we register before the 15th of March.
180 apiece.
$180 apiece. And then it's $15 for lunch on Tuesday and $15 for lunch on Wednesday
A
apiece. And then, so
Irvin
it'd be $2.10 apiece.
Irvin could skip. Irvin could skip lunch.
Irvin could skip lunch? I don't know about
He
that.
probably gets cranky.
He might get cranky.
Where is the
And
conference?
then it's in Wichita,
It's done.
and we take the city truck, so there's no mileage or no
It's just one day,
2 days,
2 days.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
You commute back and forth, or you don't stay over?
We don't stay over. We got our regular jobs that we gotta do even though we're going to the class. Which is a little more cost, but that's what it costs to go to the class.
We'd still pay you a per diem because you're going to be working after hours when you get back, so you're not gonna be going home by 5.
Yeah,
So you still get a per diem per day. We had it before.
yeah, we have before.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just trying to calculate it out. That's 2 days?
2 days.
$60 each per diem.
That's crazy.
And while you're doing that figure, and I'll put it out that today I went and picked up all the parts for the swimming pool. Our filters and pump and parts to put the pool together. I went to Hutch today and picked them up. Made two trips to Hutch to pick up the parts.
They stay with their bid?
Yes,
Good.
the whatever it was, 16,000.
Well, we were concerned
Yeah.
it was, the bid had expired, and we were concerned.
No.
You weren't yet.
They don't think they put together though.
All right, would you like to take any action on approving the application for the gentleman
come up to
I
240.
mean, I think for that one, it's
$180
$180
a
for the
day.
class.
They pay $15 a piece for lunch each day, so that's 30, that makes it 210. And 2 days of per diem is 60, and that's 270. That's 540 total.
And I know the other bit, there was a guy come by and looked at our swimming pool. I know that we did the work before, but he came by and looked at our swimming pool. And he gave a bid of around $27,000 to sandblast and epoxy our pool. I don't know exactly that I wanna do the epoxy ceiling on it because I've heard Pratt had trouble with their old pool of epoxy in the side.
That's this one from Joe Tucker Painting.
Yeah, but look at cutting.
But
But
wouldn't
I know
all that
that's-
epoxy be underneath the lining he's talking about?
That would be the lining, the epoxy lining.
I see.
Have you looked at Cunningham's pool?
Epoxy lining, not rubber lining? I'm just asking.
Did he do Cunningham's or is that?
Yes, it's the same
Yes.
one.
Okay.
Gabe initiated the contact with him and I've been talking to him.
I went and looked at that pool. It looks really
He
nice
told
in
me that it
Cunningham.
would be guaranteed for a year, but it would sure last for 4 or 5.
What does it cost each year to do the pool, to paint it up?
Yeah, how much time do you guys spend there? Do you sandblast or you just?
No, to
you
do
just-
pressure
you
wash,
Power wash and then
power
and then
wash,
repaint. And how many
and paint.
days does it take to do that? How many gallons of paint?
So I got a question on the baby pool leak. And that's the leak is our big thing. We think it's in the pipe between the baby pool and the big pool, or the baby
no,
pool
baby pool and where it drains.
and where
It drains in the pump room.
So what is the chance of having that pipe lined, like we do a sewer line and stuff,
Well, it's 1.25 inch plastic pipe.
so they don't line anything that size? Okay,
That's small. And trying to get a camera in it, because your next question is, their camera that
Okay.
usually goes down the sewer pipe is bigger than 1.25 inch.
so what's it gonna take to replace that line?
Well, I gotta find where it is for sure through there, although I've been told it's running between the baby pool and the
Concession.
concession stand, but where it makes the bends in there, I don't know. So I need to run a tape in there and you put my locator onto it to find out where the pipe is truly at, if I can get,
Cause what's the
The cable
chances
down
of
there.
rerouting it?
well, we gotta dig clear underneath the baby pool to be able to hook it up. We gotta clear out whatever concrete
Which,
to reroute
to
it.
dig into the pool would be easiest to rent a hydrovac. And then,
But let's plug it and see if that's where our leak is.
okay,
Let's plug it this year and find out if we're
and
losing
just
water.
not have the baby pool open.
No, it would still run.
But what is the, I mean,
I
We
would
can-
plug that off to see if that's where we're truly losing our water, or are we losing it through our skimmers? Cause I don't wanna spend money to tear up concrete if we're losing it through our skimmers. I have no idea where we're truly losing it. I believe we're
so
losing it.
if we didn't open the baby pool for like the first month of the pool being open,
But if you plug it off, it could be open. Cause we don't drain it anyway. We put a soft plug in there and plug it, and it would still be open. We don't never
And-
drain the
and it's
baby
gonna
pool.
be-
The only time we drain the baby pool is if we have a complete accident in the baby pool. Which means I say complete accident
Yeah.
is poop in the baby pool, then we would drain the baby pool and change it. And we have not had that problem. And if we gotta do that, we can pull the plug that easy and drain it.
That'd be somewhere to start, I mean.
Well, that's the cheapest place to start, is put a plug in the baby pool and find out. Well, when we shut down, like I said, we plugged that baby pool drain off. And I didn't notice a baby pool dropping that much water out of the baby pool when we had it plugged off. That's what makes me believe it's the baby pool, but this would give us more proof that it's a baby pool and not the skimmers. Because once I shut it off and the water gets down so low below those skimmers, I can't get prime back until I fill the pool back above the skimmers. So this, like I say, this is the easiest and cheapest way.
Yeah. We just need to start somewhere so we know what
Well-
we're dealing with. Yeah, if you think if you guys have a plug for it, let's go there. Start there and see what happens.
Okay, then.
Not more than a year.
Made the motion on the conference yet?
Yeah,
Make a motion that we send the guys to training in the amount of $540 for the two of them.
Do we have a second? Is that you?
Aye.
thank you.
Oh,
Anything else?
Said something about grass and road maintenance. It's on my agenda item here. Grass and road maintenance.
yeah, it's under new business, but we could move it up and talk about it while you're up here. We gotta come up with a way to spray the grass, like along Burn Street and Main Street and this street in the asphalt. And grass time is coming shortly. So I don't know if we need to look at a sprayer for behind the mower or a
We have a
sprayer.
sprayer behind the mower.
Okay.
We have a sprayer to be able to pull behind the mower. I have sprayed it in years past.
There just was a lot of comments last year about it. I mean, rain was weird part of last summer, so.
What's the
That-
question, Gabe? Talk about areas where they can't be mowed or
No, the grass growing
growing
in the
on the
streets.
in the street?
If you
And
look at
then
mine,
grass
it looks
growing
like I
where we
only
did our
have
water
street.
main projects and
Yeah.
haven't put any asphalt back in.
Yeah.
That's where they're complaining about.
And it does look
And it
bad.
does look bad.
So I didn't know if we needed to talk about getting a sprayer of some
No,
sort.
we have a sprayer, it's just, well, that's another one of the costs of
Chemicals.
spraying weekly or monthly, so we can keep, because, and I know they say on the bottles, oh, you don't have to spray it more than this, but that's due to,
But if you go talk to Colton, he's
I know,
got,
we get stuff from Colton all the time.
and we get us stuff that we can kill the ground for 5 years. So you might check with him. And we can kill it for 5 years. It may kill it for 10.
And it's legal?
Yes. It's ground sterilant.
Yeah. And what is the name of that product, do you remember?
It changed names. I'd have to look to see what the new one is.
Can you find that for
There's
us?
Tombstone.
I can find out from Colton.
Okay.
Tombstone is one of the names of it. And
Of
I
ground
think it's
sterilant?
Crowbar and Toron together.
Well, we can't use Turon in
Yeah,
Park City
that's true,
limits.
that's true. But with the crowbar canyon, that works good. That crowbar's good. I have to
Well,
ask Colton to see
we
what he
need to
says.
use a ground sterilant that is not airborne.
I wanna know about.
So so it doesn't bother the flowers and gardens.
See what it's holding back. Once you do, once you do it early enough before they plant the tomatoes and all that good
Yeah.
stuff.
Which would be need to do
We,
now.
I wouldn't do it, but
Well, there's legal times a year to still do
we
that
could
stuff.
just ask him, that'd be the way to do it, if that's where you get it. I think. Yeah.
We'll just have,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I kinda skipped it.
Any more questions?
We're gonna get it,
for
we're gonna get it.
Any more questions for us? Any more questions
I have
for
a
Everett?
on this.
Save those down. Okay.
We skipped audience comments.
so we're going back to them right now. We just got
Okay.
done with maintenance
We're
report.
done with maintenance, we're done with maintenance. There is one item for audience comments. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ms. Fleming.
Yes, my brother wants, he's not here right tonight, but he was at the house tonight, and he wants to know from Everett if he can't clean that yard up next door to him. If I believe right, he brought you a piece of paper.
Which direction? West of you?
No, on Nebraska Street. My brother lives at 104 East Nebraska. And the house next door that Everett owns is a bunch of trash in that yard. And my brother lives next door to it, and he wants to know if Everett will clean that yard up. I think he brought a piece of paper, didn't he? David Blackburn?
It's going through the proper channels that it used to.
Okay, but
Going
the
through-
guy's not here today.
Yeah, we
Okay.
took the complaint.
Okay, it's a work in progress.
Okay. I'll tell
Anything
him.
else?
I will make a statement.
Seeing none.
And she's got
We'll move
one.
on to the-
She has
She's
one.
got one.
What? Are you the safety officer?
No,
Would you like to be?
I am, but I'm not about safety.
What's up?
Last year, or no, in '21, I started doing the ARPA project, which is American Rescue Plan. We got $56,000. So I have kept the records, what we spent it on. I, the other day, gave the girls the actual folder with everything in it, so if anybody asks about what we've done with it, it's all in a folder named ARPA. And I actually had the budget and everything, and it shows where we spent it all. So you now have that in your possession. If you lose it, I still have it on my computer. So that project is done. We're not spending any more money in it because it's gone. We used it for a lot of good projects, like lining a couple of sewer lines and some other things, like on the well house and things. So that is now in your hands. Now we're done with audience comments. I'll do safety.
Are there any comments for, any
Okay.
questions for Ms.
I
Brown?
got all the fire extinguishers all up to the date they're supposed to be. I'm working now on safety lessons, and I'm gonna try and involve the girls in some of them so that they can sign that they read the instructions also. And we had one day where the guy that brought the mats, they were very dangerous. They were like the ones we got rid of a long time ago. They were wavy, especially the one in front of the gym. And I think the one back here, I think Bobby actually fell, but he didn't hurt himself, but coming in the back door. So I asked them if they would kind of watch and let the company know the minute we see something like that again. Because we will be liable if somebody fell. But I've been watching too, and I've not seen it again, so we'll see. If Gene happens to see something, he needs to let the girls know, okay? All right.
Any questions regarding safety?
And I warned the mayor that standing beside me over here making comments is not safe.
I'm learning all the time. If you're within arm's length, it's not a safe place to be. Okay, we talked about windows and doors. We talked about the new business essentially. I'm getting pretty close to the bottom of the list. What do we have to do yet?
So, in your packets, there's a list of pictures. It's from Edie. She just wanted you guys to see kind of what the money went to for the gift baskets and stuff. for the EMT and control. So she wanted me to just show you guys what it is and all that.
What are your thoughts now on the, any of the bids for the big ticket building items? Just wanna hold off and wait till we get more bids on one of them and see what the budget looks like and hope we have the, better treasure report by next week, or next month. What's your thought? Any other comments or questions? Anybody have any other good news or bad news? Items of interest?
We did that.
Jeff, I'm ready for you to move to adjourn.
I can't, out of order.
Who can you do it?
Our sleeping here tonight.
Ms. Kayla, can you do it?
I will, I'll make a motion that we adjourn. I'll say, aye.
For the good of the community, thank you very much.
Whoa, hold on.
Sorry.
You have to tie it.
You have to make the deciding vote.
The gavel? Now, what is going to do? We're
Say
adjourned.
yes.
We are not adjourned yet.
You have to say yes. Yay.
Yes.
It was a tying vote,
I'm leaving.
so you have to vote.